Welcome. Today, we're going into a place most of us see as, well, a temporary safe haven, right? The hotel room.
A home away from home, yeah.
Exactly. But what happens when that feeling of security just shatters? Not because of anything supernatural, but some really disturbing encounters with people. So today, we're sharing some true stories, looking at these chilling moments where you realize just how vulnerable you can be when your guard is down.
It's a different kind of fear, isn't it? Not ghosts, but the person in the next room, or even the staff, that unpredictability.
Yeah, the human element. It shows how quickly normal places can turn genuinely scary.
Absolutely.
And this first story really drives that home. It's about a 16-year-old girl. She was staying alone in her room, upscale hotel, big city in the Midwest. Her parents were nearby, just a few doors down.
Sounds safe enough on the surface.
Right. So the first evening, nothing happens. But the next morning at breakfast, she notices this older guy, maybe 60s, and he's just staring at her, like for an abnormally long time. She kind of brushed it off, thought maybe he was just a pervert, or maybe, mistook her for his granddaughter or something like that.
Trying to rationalize it, yeah.
Exactly. But that weird feeling came back the next night. She's at the hotel bar with a friend, Ethan.
Okay.
And the same man shows up. This time, she said, there was no mistaking it. His eyes, she described it as, traced every curve of my body, even with her friend right there.
Wow. That's bold and
really?
incredibly unnerving.
Totally. She felt really unsettled, told Ethan, and he was creeped out too.
I bet.
So around 12:30 a.m., they decide to head up. Ethan walks her to the elevators. She pushes the button. He leaves.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. She instantly regretted not asking him to wait. Because just moments later, guess who shows up around the corner?
The same guy. The creeper.
Yep, the creeper, she called him, just standing there, waiting with her. And this cold dread hits her. He's going to know her floor. Inside the elevator, she's trying not to make eye contact. But she says he was, like, literally boring into her with his eyes. He even tried to step closer as she kept backing away. She was too scared to even say anything.
She's trapped in there with him.
Here's the really chilling part. She noticed he hadn't pressed a different button.
Oh, no. So he planned?
He planned on getting off on her floor.
That's premeditated. That's terrifying.
So they get to her floor. She practically bolts for her room. And the guy, he just stands at the end of the hall.
Yeah.
Watching, waiting to see which room she went into.
They're watching her? Okay.
She waited about 15 minutes, thought maybe he was gone, told her parents what happened. They were horrified, called hotel staff. But, well, they couldn't find him anywhere.
He just vanished.
Yeah. So she locked her door, deadbolted it, tried to sleep. And she was just drifting off. It's nearly 2 a.m. A knock at her door.
Oh, God.
Her gut just screamed. She knew it was him. The knocking got harder, more insistent. She's almost in tears, finally yells out, "Who is it?"
What did he say?
The reply. She said, "It was the most chilling thing I have ever heard." It was high-pitched, but also growly, almost giggly. So disturbing. And he says, "It's the hotel staff. Please let me in."
Impersonating staff. That's, wow.
She looked through the people and, yep, same creepy old guy.
Just standing there.
Petrified. She backs away, goes into the bathroom, calls her dad. He answers right away. She could barely get the words out, just stammers, "The guy from before." And he's at my door.
Okay, Dad's on the way.
What happens next? It's just a nightmare. Her dad goes into, quote, superhero mode. He throws open his own door. And he finds the old man standing in the hallway.
Yeah.
Just a robe, masturbating.
Oh, my God. Right there.
Right there. His intention couldn't have been clearer.
No.
Her dad just reacted, slugged him, pinned him down. Mom called security. They pressed charges.
Good. What happened to him?
He's in prison now. Assault and intent to commit rape charges.
That's horrifying. But what's truly deeply unsettling about this is the level of planning involved. It came out in the police report. He had actually tried to get a key to her room before the whole elevator thing even happened.
Wait, before? How did he even know her room?
Exactly. He knew the room number without needing a name, without having seen her go in yet. This wasn't just some creepy opportunist in the elevator. It was calculated. He wanted her to know he knew where she was. That's what unnerved her so much later, thinking he'd probably seen her coming and going before without her noticing.
Wow. That changes everything. It's not just a random encounter. It's targeted stalking.
Precisely. A deliberate, planned violation. Chilling.
Deeply disturbing. Okay, let's move to the next account. This also involves a 16-year-old girl.
Another one, okay.
Yeah, she was on a family trip in Cabo San Lucas, sharing a room with her best friend.
All right.
One afternoon, she gets in the elevator alone. A security guard gets in with her. As they're going up, he looks at her and asks, "Excuse me, were you wearing a green skirt on the beach the other day?"
Specific. And kind of weird for a security guard to ask.
Right. She said, yes. Why? She felt immediately creeped out. He mentions it was a miniskirt, something she wore days before. He just said, "Oh, nothing. I really liked it a lot."
Okay, that's crossing a line. Uncomfortable.
Very. Then the elevator gets to her floor. She gets out. He gets out too.
Same floor.
Same floor. Walks right past her as she's unlocking her door. So the implication is...
Saw her room number.
Exactly. Now fast forward to 4 a.m. that same morning. She wakes up suddenly, startled.
Why? What happened?
There's a man standing silently at the foot of her bed.
No.
In a security guard uniform. The same one from the elevator.
Inside her room. Oh my God.
As soon as he realizes she's awake, he sort of stammers something like, "Oh, your door wasn't locked properly," and then he just runs out of the room.
Ran out. Didn't check the lock, didn't call anyone, just ran.
Exactly. She was still groggy. He didn't fully hit her right away. But then, after he was gone, she noticed something. She was lying on her back, but the covers were down around her ankles. She always sleeps nude. And she gets cold easily, always has the AC blasting. She never kicks the covers off. Plus, she's a really deep sleeper. A silent presence probably wouldn't wake her.
So she thinks.
Her conclusion was horrifying. She thinks him pulling the covers back, causing me to get cold, is what woke me up.
He was pulling the covers off her while she slept.
That's what she believes woke her. She just trembles, thinking what might have happened if her friend hadn't been asleep right there in the next bed.
That is a profound violation, especially coming from security. The person meant to ensure safety becomes the threat.
Yeah.
It's that insider threat idea. And what's really sobering is, she said later she regretted it, but in the elevator, she was so uncomfortable she avoided looking at his face properly, so she couldn't identify him afterwards.
He reported it.
No, couldn't identify him, which just makes you wonder, doesn't it? How often do things like this, these breaches of trust, go unreported because of shock or fear or not being able to identify the person, leaving them free to do it again?
That's a chilling thought. So many vulnerabilities, even from within the system designed to protect you. Okay, this next story is quite different. Not about physical threat, but still deeply unsettling.
Okay, what happened?
It's from a caricature artist. They worked in a lobby that connected a water park and a hotel. You know, one of those places where you see all sorts of people.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine. High traffic, lots of characters.
Definitely. So one day, it's slow. These two women walk by with a boy, maybe 10 years old. The artist described the women as having a pretty jarring appearance and, quote, absolutely foul-smelling.
Okay.
They seemed really keen to get the boy drawn. When it was their turn, the artist asked the boy, the usual, "What do you want to be doing in your picture?" He didn't answer, just whispered to his mother.
He couldn't talk, or wouldn't.
She relayed that he wanted to be drawn as Godzilla, not fighting Godzilla or riding him, just as Godzilla. The artist tried talking to the boy directly, but he stayed silent, seemed kind of disturbed, maybe unable to talk easily.
Strange request, but okay. Artist draws Godzilla boy.
Right. As the drawing's happening, the mother leans in, like uncomfortably close. Her breath apparently smelled really bad of alcohol and smoke. She whispers she wants to talk after the drawing's done. The artist is already feeling weirded out.
Red flags waving.
Totally. Anyway, drawing's finished. The boy actually says, "Thank you," which surprised the artist. The women laugh loudly, seem happy with it. The boy and one woman head off to the water park, but the mother stays behind.
Oh, here we go, the talk.
Yep. The mother says, "Okay, now I'd like you to draw another picture, but this one is sort of personal." The artist, now pretty concerned, asks her what she means. The woman gets this huge, unsettling smile, pulls out her phone, starts scrolling through photos, gets right up close again, that bad breath, and asks, "Ready?" The artist is, quote, really weirded out, but looks down at the phone.
What was it?
It was a photo of a stillborn baby that looked, in the artist's words, as if it had been dipped in blood.
Oh my God, no.
And the woman says, all cheerfully, "Beautiful, isn't he?" Then she calls him my little monkey because she said he looked like a monkey, and then she just laughs really, really loudly.
Laughs. Oh, that's horrific.
Yeah.
What did the artist do?
Speechless. Totally shocked. Tried to just say something neutral, like, all children are beautiful. Then the woman says, "Well, I'd like you to draw him as a monkey."
Draw the stillborn baby as a monkey.
Yes. And before the artist could even process that, the woman scrolls to another picture. another premature baby, this one with tubes up its nose.
Oh, come on.
The woman says, and this was my little seal. He lasted 4 hours. Doesn't he look like a little seal? And guess what she wanted?
Drawn as a seal, of course.
Drawn as a seal. Still laughing. Then, without even asking, she sends these pictures to the artist's cell phone. Her number was on the business sign.
She just sent them.
Yeah.
The photos of the deceased infants.
Just sent them. The artist was so shocked, could barely form a sentence. Just mumbled something like, maybe. The woman just says, great, we're here until Thursday, and walks off. The artist called out sick until Friday. Couldn't face going back.
I don't blame them. Wow, that's fascinating in a really dark way. It's pure psychological disturbance, isn't it? No physical threat, but it just completely shatters social norms and personal boundaries.
Right, in a public space, a work setting.
Yeah, it's this bizarre invasion, forcing someone in a service role to confront intensely personal, graphic, and disturbing content from a total stranger. It really makes you think about the kind of emotional armor people in those jobs need, and the weird, unpredictable ways people can violate boundaries without ever laying a hand on you.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Unexpected is an understatement there.
All right.
Okay, our last account for today. This one comes from a hotel front desk worker, but it's told by her husband.
Okay.
This was at a busy hotel, mostly business clientele. The husband used to hang out there sometimes while his wife worked, so he knew some of the regulars.
Got it.
There was this one guy, a long-term guest. The husband said he immediately felt the guy was, quote, a little off.
How so? What were the signs?
Well, several red flags. The guy had a cast on his hand, apparently, from punching a wall. He'd ramble constantly about the, 2012 apocalypse prophecy, fundamentalist Christianity, stuff like that.
Yeah, rambling is one thing.
But he also claimed he was 36 months sober from alcohol. But the husband saw him taking a lot of pills. And just the week before, an ambulance had been called because the guy had OD'd.
He OD'd and they let him stay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So one night, this same guest calls down to the wife at the front desk. He just says, call the police.
Just like that.
Just like that. She asks if anyone's hurt, standard procedure. His reply was chilling. He said, someone will be in about 90 seconds.
Whoa. Okay, that's not normal. She called 911.
Immediately. While she was waiting to give her statement later, she told her husband what happened next. The man came downstairs into the dining area. He had a gun.
He had a gun. Oh, no.
The assistant manager saw him, went out to confront him, bravely, but maybe foolishly.
Yeah, confronting someone with a gun.
Couple of minutes pass.
Yeah.
The wife goes out to see what's happening, and she finds the assistant manager face down on the carpet. The guest is standing over him, still holding the gun.
Oh, my God, the assistant manager.
Was he? Looked bad. Then the man sees the wife and points the gun at her.
At her or not.
But just then, thankfully, he heard something else. Maybe sirens, maybe just a noise. It distracted him for a second. That tiny moment was enough for the wife to back up fast, get behind a wall.
Thank God for that distraction.
A moment later, the police arrived. A lot of them. She heard the man yelling, and then she heard a single gunshot.
A shot from who?
She doesn't know. To this day, she doesn't know if it was the police or the man.
Wow. What an absolutely terrifying situation for her, for everyone there. It just highlights the extreme unpredictability, doesn't it? Especially when you have guests with clearly severe underlying issues.
Right, and staff are just there.
Exactly. It puts service workers in such danger, and it raises serious questions about, the system. How do hotels identify and manage guests who pose such a risk? How prepared can staff possibly be for something like that, a sudden violent escalation? It really speaks to the duty of care for staff and other guests in places where this kind of thing can happen.
A heavy responsibility. These stories, all of them, really show how that sense of safety in a hotel can be just an illusion sometimes. The real horror, like you said at the start, wasn't supernatural. It was people.
It makes you question, doesn't it? How much do we really know about the strangers we share spaces with? In elevators, hallways, lobbies, what does that uncertainty do to our feeling of security? These accounts really hammer home that the most unsettling things can come from the most ordinary places, making us rethink what safe even means.
A sobering thought to end on. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into these truly unsettling experiences.
Yeah, stay safe out there.
And if you're looking for more stories like these, more gripping and frightening true accounts, we really encourage you to check out the Horror Docs channel over on YouTube.
Good stuff over there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So please like, share, and subscribe to their channel. Help support them bringing more of this chilling content to light. We really appreciate you being with us today.